So the metaphysical nature of the cross, existence, and how the Kemetic teachings show up in the Bible. Because as you know, everything that is in the Bible originated from ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt. So Kemet, Egypt, we use those terms interchangeably. But Kemet is more ancient than Egypt. Okay, so a lot of these ideas are 10,000 years old and more. The idea of Christ is over 10,000 years old, way before the Bible ever came into anybody even thought about it. Okay, so an aspect of natural functioning of nature that became part of biblical scripture is the idea of the cross. Okay, so in ancient African spiritual science, a cross has multiple meanings. So there's many different layers here. Over 10,000 years, it became there are many different layers that we're talking about here. Okay, so within the ancient Egyptian science, one of those meanings is directly related to the idea of Jesus dying on the cross as the Savior. Okay. So considering this idea in a scaled down and condensed version, conceptually, the cross was the idea of what components were needed to occur in the metaphysical world in order to manifest into the physical world or physical matter. Okay? So in other words, there had to be a crossing of elements, okay, in order to manifest something from the metaphysical into the physical. So considering this, so in numerology, it's the number 4. So it's the foundation, okay? In Egyptian mythology, it's Ptah, or the top pillar, which is the 4 elements as the foundation of physical matter. The Egyptian letter Ptah is an aspect of nature, as an aspect of nature is the cross, okay? So we're talking again, just different layers here. So in order for a chair to be stable, it must have 4 legs to hold you upright. In order for matter to manifest, it must have 4 components from the metaphysical world to exist in the physical world, or to bring it from the metaphysical world into the physical world. Okay? So again, the cross. So a physical body is matter. Okay? It is pinned or nailed to the metaphysical cross, in the sense that it cannot come into existence without the crossing of the 4 alchemical elements of fire, water, air, and earth. So this crossing has to occur for any matter, including mankind, to exist. So for any matter, there has to be a cross that exists first. There has to be a metaphysical crossing of these elements, okay? So a crude application of these elements is to understand the science of how matter or a body forms. So fire is desire, water on one level is emotions, air is spirit, and earth is matter. The Bible has symbolic names for earth or the underworld, okay? So just a few of those names are Egypt.
Hey family. Do you feel lost in a maze of misconceptions, guilt, and isolation? Are you in search of answers that conventional Christian teachings have hidden? Presenting the Kemetic Secret Keys to Unlock the Bible, your online course to decipher the Bible from an unexplored perspective. With Kemetic Secret Keys to Unlock the Bible, this course is more than about Bible knowledge. It's meticulously designed to guide you through the story of Jesus as a universal archetype and uncovers esoteric symbols to enhance your awareness and intuition. This isn't about attacking Christianity. It's about expanding your knowledge and healing you from the trauma of negative religious indoctrination. With my course, you'll not only gain the keys to unlock the hidden codes within the Bible, you'll also begin to develop confidence in your ability to comprehend your life and world on a deeper level. You'll begin to connect the dots to the events in ways you never had before. You'll begin to reconcile and comprehend your inner conflicts and start to live life on your terms, walking your unique path. The Kemetic Secret Keys to Unlock the Bible is a roadmap to healing, personal growth, and self-realization. Tap into your limitless potential. Unravel the confusion. Discover your own truth. Enroll in my course today and embark on your journey with the Kemetic secret keys to unlock the Bible. The truths you've been seeking are ready to be unearthed. Go to the link in the video description, theesotericchrist.com. That's the esoteric KRST.com.
Sodom, Babylon, etc. Earth is called Amenta in the Egyptian tradition. It's called Sheol in the Hebrew tradition, Hades in the Greek tradition, and hell in the Christian tradition. Okay? So these are all esoteric names for different aspects of the soul's journey down into the underworld known as Earth. So we got to think of the soul as being up there. Okay, so it's outside of the physical and it's metaphysical. But when it comes down, okay, into the physical, or is coming down into the physical, is the way that they termed it in the ancient times. Now, because the Roman Church had a major influence at the time of the biblical writings, Rome became the symbolic shining city of light that the soul ascended to. Okay, Egypt was the land of the underworld or earth where the soul went through their trials and tribulations. This is one of the reasons Egypt is seen as a bad place in the Bible. Okay, because again, Christianity, anything to do with earth, Christianity made it something negative. Okay. Different aspects of this metaphysical journey of the soul are expressed as our holidays of Christmas and Easter. Okay. So I'm touching on a lot of different things symbolically here, guys. So a lot of different things, but universally speaking, Christmas is the birth of the soul into the physical world or matter. Okay. In other words, the son, the virgin birth is about the soul coming into matter or mother. Okay. So matter was known as mother. All right. The soul itself is known as father. That's how the son could impregnate the mother. Okay. So the soul coming into matter or mother creates life. Okay. So that's how that would be symbolically expressed in the Kemetic tradition. And Easter is the individual being resurrected from the death as an enlightened spiritual being connected to its God self. And the death is, again, the soul crossing into the physical, and resurrection is becoming enlightened to your God self or your higher self. Okay. So that's what the resurrection is symbolically. All right. So another symbolic meaning, when Jesus turns water into wine, it's about the idea of spiritual elevation. Okay. So the wine, the soul in this sense, the body or the water of the body has fermented because of its physical experience. It has become something more and elevated. Life is the fermenting agent of the soul that causes it to age and gain wisdom. Okay, so the fermentation process is turning water into wine. Okay, or becoming wiser. Okay, because of your life experience. All right. But again, it's all happening from the perspective of a soul, not the human physical body. The human physical body is just the expression of what's happening with these ideas. So that's what the readers of the gospel miss because of misinterpretation. The mythological events, the story of Jesus is based on, is not the underworld or earth. Okay. So it's not. So the things that Jesus is doing in the Gospels is not something that's happening on earth. They actually have esoteric meaning or hidden meanings. Okay. So all those miracles are essentially just there's a lot of hidden meaning within the miracles that we're taught as it being history. All right. So Christ is the creative fire aspect that emanates from the double crossing of the elements. All right. No, I'm not going to go there because that's adding a whole lot. I'm already talking about a whole lot. That's probably like, oh, everybody's like, oh man, all this stuff. but it's desire or will of all of, but it's the desire or will of all of nature to exist and perpetuate itself. It's the energy or spirit being encased or entombed in matter that will continue forever. When you transmute the energy within matter, you elevate it. When you turn negative into positive or transmute it, you elevate it. That means you elevate consciousness. Again, this is like a really watered down, so I'm touching on a lot of different things, but it's a really watered down version, and they go a lot deeper, guys. So the Kemetic ideas are extremely technical, very technical, but you don't have to know it all that deep in order to understand the science and make it practical in your life, because that's ultimately what it's about. It's about really making it practical in your life. So this will also help you decode the esoteric meaning of Bible scriptures. I give you these details so you can unravel the misinformation of Christianity and know the truth. The truth is, as a soul, me, and everyone all died on the cross to be made flesh. It is a universal application to all of humanity, okay? Everything in the universe died on the cross in order to exist. Our physical universe is the result of metaphysical properties that had to interact with each other. On one level, the idea of Jesus and Osiris is simply expressing the death of the soul that has been born into matter. The spark of God gives its life so that mankind may live abundantly, okay? In that terminology, you may hear a Christian expression or dogmatic idea that Jesus died on the cross for your salvation. Christianity made Jesus the exception. But in truth, that's the lie that traps you into a world of fear and self-hatred. You as a soul gave yourself and your awareness so that you, the physical person, may live and be animated. The soul is wanting you to open up to its guidance. In terms of a soul and salvation, the spiritual science says that the soul has to die on the cross, which means give up its multidimensional awareness in order to descend into the physical world and experience itself as a human being. When it does, the body becomes euphemistically the tomb for the soul. From a negative perspective, it's the tomb of the soul, okay? And that's a negative aspect of it. But matter or flesh becomes the mother. Matter is mother that will birth an elevated spiritual being from a positive perspective, okay? The consciousness of the soul is buried in the flesh. From the ancient Kemetic perspective, the physical return is the salvation, okay? So salvation is the return to live another life. That's from the Kemetic perspective, not being saved from hell as Christianity has taught us. While in flesh, the soul is to develop its awareness and become consciousness. You are as conscious as excuse me. You as consciousness are to elevate your knowledge and wisdom on your return back to the one, back to the source. When you elevate your individual wisdom, it also becomes elevation of the collective wisdom. This is the meaning of the double ma'at that you see in some Kemetic reliefs. Ma'at is symbolic of the idea we call consciousness in modern times. We have a ma'at on our personal level, but also connected to the universal ma'at. What I want to make clear at this point is that the Bible stories are on one level the allegories about the journey of the soul from the metaphysical world into the physical world and then out of the physical world. So it's like you're coming down and going up, okay? The letter J is going down and it's halfway up, okay? That's what the letter J means, okay? Going down and it's halfway up. It stops a little bit, okay? So that was not an arbitrary thing, okay? Other aspects are teaching universal metaphysical principles like personality archetypes. Christianity taught us that the stories and characters were about historical events. In reality, the events were a drama or play about the esoteric metaphysical principles. Initiates were to read the information and then demonstrate their knowledge of the ideas by connecting them to their life experience. As history, we now have to see them as the ancients did. This is a whole new paradigm. This is something totally different, okay? As I stated before, Christ is an aspect of you. It is an aspect of us all, okay? Humanity has a spark of divinity within that is wanting us to elevate beyond our fears. When you climb the mount, you will meet your God self. That's what the mount means in the this is an esoteric key. The mount is where spirit and flesh meet, okay? That's what that means. So when you see Jesus on the mount, okay, it's where spirit and flesh meet. See, in that exalted state of awareness, you will become conscious consciousness. All right. The end. So that is a little bit. And again, guys, I just hit on some really like surface level points here about that knowledge of the cross. Okay. But it's a lot deeper than what we've been taught. So so if you got questions, please, you can ask questions. It doesn't have to be on what I just talked about, but that's just, again, that's an idea of the meaning of the cross. Okay. Let's see. Right. Let's see. Yes, Christ is in you. So you are the Christ. You're living every day. You're having Christ moments. You are becoming enlightened. You are an aspect of the Creator that is living. Okay, so you're the living aspect of the Creator. Okay.